Hello everyone, this video is all about an overview of biochemical energy production, and the learning focus is for you to know the four general stages in biochemical energy production. So the energy needed to run the human body is obtained from ingested food through a multi-step process that involves several different catabolic pathways, and then there are four general stages in the biochemical energy production process, and we have here first the stage 1. Digestion. Stage 2 is the acetyl group formation. Stage 3 is the citric acid cycle. And stage 4 is the electron transport chain and oxidative phosphorylation. We will discuss this one by one. Let us start with stage 1, digestion. It begins in the mouth through the saliva, in which we all know saliva, the chemical name for that is amylase or alpha amylase. It contains start digesting enzymes, so that is why it can hydrolyze the food and break down it into smaller pieces. And the digestion therefore continues in the stomach, wherein there are gastric juices that dissolves or break down the food furthermore. And then it is completed in the small intestine or intestine, in which majority of digestive enzymes and bile salts are located to further digest the food. The end product of the digestion we have here glucose and monosaccharides from carbohydrates, amino acids from proteins, fatty acids and glycerol from fats and oils. These end products here are small enough to pass across intestinal membranes and into the blood with the aid of the membrane transport systems. So once these are in the blood, they are then distributed to the cells in various parts of the body. So the first stage of biochemical energy production, which is here the digestion, is not considered as part of the metabolism because it is an extracellular process. Take note that the metabolic processes are intracellular. That is why this one is not considered part of the metabolism, because this is again outside of the cell. Next stage is stage 2. We have here the acetyl group formation. It occurs in cytosol and mitochondria. Here, the small molecules from the digestion, the glucose, monosaccharides, amino acids, fatty acids, and glycerols are further oxidized during this stage. So the primary products of this group or of this stage is the 2-carbon acetyl units, which become attached to coenzyme A to give acetyl-CoA or acetyl coenzyme A, and the reduced coenzyme NADH. For stage 3, we have here the citric acid cycle. It occurs inside the mitochondria. The acetyl groups are oxidized to produce carbon dioxide and energy. Some of the energy released by this reaction is lost as heat, while some of the energy is carried by the reduced coenzyme nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide and flavin adenine dinucleotide, the reduced form of this, to the fourth stage. Then the exhaled carbon dioxide gas in the breathing process, the one that we are exhaling, comes primarily from this stage. For stage 4, electron transport chain and oxidative phosphorylation, it occurs as well inside the mitochondria, and the reduced form of nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide and flavin adenine dinucleotide supply the fuel needed. When we say fuel, these are the hydrogen ions and electrons that is needed for the production of ATP molecules. Here, the oxygen gas that is being inhaled via breathing process is converted to water in this stage. We can define the common metabolic pathway as the sum total of the biochemical reactions of the citric acid cycle, electron transport chain, and oxidative phosphorylation. If you will look back here in the diagram here, we have the ingested food, in which it will convert the macromolecules such as fats, carbohydrates, and proteins into simpler units, and that will undergo the stage 2 or the acetyl group formation. And the products of the acetyl group formation, the acetyl-CoA, will undergo the citric acid cycle, and the reduced form of nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide and flavin adenine dinucleotide will undergo the electron transport chain and oxidative phosphorylation to give off some ATP and water and oxygen gas as well. So that is all for the overview of the biochemical energy production.